Hello, good evening. First of all, let me apologize sincerely. I know you guys have been waiting here for long. Some of it was not in our control because I wish I could control all the flight timings. Uh, but we are here now. Uh, so, this is a film called In Car. Uh, as you can see, 90% of the film takes place inside the car. It's a thriller. It's a kidnap story, and it's a story of a normal, everyday girl and how her life changes in an instant when she gets snatched inside the car. Uh, I wanted to tell this story because we all read news and we have become sort of we are not sensitive to this kind of news anymore because it happens so much. We don't even pay attention. um, and I had been speaking with some people earlier outside, and they also asked me how I thought of this story. When I did my filmmaking from US. I worked in LA in Hollywood for a number of years, and I had just migrated back to India when that big incidents happened in Delhi. Um, I I don't want to take her name because respectfully I don't want to use a name to promote a film, but we all know what incidents I'm talking about. It really shocked me. I started thinking there is there is sexual molestation on one hand, but there was all this violence done to her body, and I started thinking, who are these people? What are their thoughts? Why? Because in with me, my friend circle, and I have friends all over the world. Not one of them thinks like this. Not even a thought ever comes. So what is different about these men, these criminals who decide that any girl on the street is there just for their pleasure? You know. Um, so I wrote this story and I focused. We have seen stories, we have seen films about what happens to the victim of sexual molestation after the act happens. We have not seen a story where what happens before the headline happens. This film is about that, and it gives us insight into men, their thinking, and also what happens to the woman. You saw in the trailer. Usually, when certain things happens, the most closest ones, the family ones and friends ones say, "Oh, she was wearing short skirt. She was wearing revealing clothes. That's why it happened to her," or "She was drunk. That's why it happened to her," or "She was walking alone in a dark street. That's why it happened to her." That's why I deliberately kept her. As you can see, she's wearing normal clothes, dressed from shoulder to toes, you know, in broad daylight from a bus stop. Because this has happened, you know. Even just last week, something happened in Delhi where somebody just ran over this woman, or she was asking some question and they just pulled her inside a car. Um, so I did not deliberately want a filmy heroine in filmy character, rather, in the story. I wanted every woman and every man in the audience to feel, ये मेरे साथ भी हो सकता है. This can happen to me, you know. Because we have been getting these trailer reactions and really not I got so many messages in last few days that the trailer just jolted women, that this is the reality in snap, your life can change life and death situation you can find yourself between. Why is it like that? Why is it like that where there is no fear of law? There is we are Indians, we are supposed to be most respectable, family oriented, right? That's our image all over the world. We respect elders, you know. What happens when it comes to women, especially strange women? Strange, by that what I mean is you don't know them. In the film, when you watch the film, I have explored this. These men uh, fight for the honor of their sister. They love their mother. Is there in the story. The two brothers sitting in the back, and the one in the front is their mama. The two brothers, when the kidnapped girl is in between them, the two brothers fight that you didn't do enough for our sister. She was having an affair in our village. So he says, you should have done it. So I wanted to present this. The film doesn't take any side. It doesn't say men are bad, or all men are bad, or all women are only good. Uh, Here she is, finally. Ritika.
Everybody, I am so sorry. My flight was late by God knows how many hours. I tried my level best to get here as fast as I could. Please, Manachidana, I am so sorry. I never do this, but due to some miscommunication to this happened, I am really very sorry. Please try to understand. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Huh. So let them take pictures.
Sir, you speak. I will follow.
So that was the idea behind the film. It's a realistic film. It's raw. She's a national award winner, and the other actors are mostly from NSD, National School of Drama. It was a challenging shoot for all of us, and I'm actually very, on a personal level, very proud of this film. This is my first film. Very difficult subject to tackle. Also inside the car, so I put a lot of limitations on myself. But hopefully people will give it a chance and watch it, because it has a good message. And it just doesn't have just the message. The story is also very gripping, even though I say it myself. Okay, thank you. I spoke to a lawyer who represented two of, no, not the Delhi case, something which happened in Mumbai. Equally horrendous. Different incident. This film is not inspired by a single incident. It's inspired by multiple incidences. I spoke to a lawyer. Similar thing happened in Mumbai. Few 6-7 years back, where a girl was taken into ruins, the old buildings which are abandoned. She was taken over there, and it was horrible. They made a video and all that. So I spoke to the lawyer, and they were, from that I got a lot of insight.
So I'm going by the fact that, by what you said, from what you spoke initially, it appeared to us that, the story, the film is being made based on one incident. Now you're saying that, there's a number of incidents that you've actually...
Yeah, it says inspired by two incidents.
But during the course of this speech, you said one incident.
No, that triggered me to write the script. That started me. Why would anyone make a film like this? To make a film like this, you need a very strong reason. In my own family, there have been, I won't go into details, but there have been victims of such this thing. But that incident really shook me, and that made me want to do something. And because I have very limited skills, I'm just a writer director, so this is all I could do,
ரித்திகா, நீங்கள் வந்து ஒரு நேஷ்னல் வின்னர் ஆர்டிஸ்ட். இந்த படத்துக்காக உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது அவார்ட்ஸ் கிடைக்கும்னு நம்புறீங்களா?
அது தெரியாது. ஜஸ்ட் ஹோப்பிங் இந்த படம் கேன் ஃபைண்ட் இட்ஸ் ஆடியன்ஸ் லைக் ஐ செட். அது எல்லாம் நான் யோசிக்க இல்லை. பட் லெட் சி.
Director
Yes.
sir, in Ritika's speech, she told she is not have a audition directly onto the board. Why?
You're asking me all my secrets. um, Actually, we had been considering few options for her role. When actually Mr. Sajid Qureshi, the producer of the film, he suggested her name. So I had seen Sala Khadus by then, and I had really liked the film. But she was in a very different role in that. So I sent her the script ahead of time, and she was shooting in Bangalore. So I came from Mumbai to Bangalore to meet her. And when I met her the first time, she asked me all the correct questions about the script, which basically means she pointed out, sir, in this situation, a girl will not act like this, or a girl will not say like this. That means she had given it a lot of thought, not just like a role, whether I should do this role or not. The other factor was I really wanted somebody who was not a complete fresher, but also somebody who will trust me, because I was a first time director. So I wanted somebody who will completely trust me into what I was trying to achieve. And so when she started asking me this question, I realized that she got really, the story really touched her. And later on I came to know she's very passionate about self-defense. In fact, she teaches, she does workshops in colleges and all that for young girls and women in self-defense. So this couple of factors added with her enthusiasm for the role. I mean, sir, this is an important film. We should do this just the way you have written. We should do this. We should not compromise, which helped me a lot to go back to my producer and say, sir, it's not just me who is saying we should make it just like this. She also feels, and then the other people came on the board and they all supported that if we make this film, it has to be made like this, with this kind of language, which is a very risky thing to do, but we got a lot of backing from Inbox Pictures, and that's why there was a discussion to shoot it outside. Array, it's only highway. You don't know which highway